This is a Fox News alert. Iran has our sailors. 10 American sailors captured in the custody of our enemy, Iran. Those sailors grabbed by Iranian Revolutionary Guard forces. Now, it all happened when two small U.S. Navy ships with a malfunction drifted into Iranian waters. Tehran's saying tonight it will release the American sailors. But if they say they will, how come they have not? Fox News correspondent Doug McElway joins me. Doug, what's going on?
Well, Greta, a senior defense official tells Fox News that these two U.S. Navy riverine vessels, these are small patrol boats, were headed from Kuwait to Bahrain when one of the boats apparently had mechanical issues and ventured into Iranian territorial waters. It drifted there. 10 U.S. sailors are currently being held on Farsi Island, a tiny landmass in the middle of the Persian Gulf, which is controlled by Iran's Revolutionary Guards. Secretary of State John Kerry was informed early today by the Iranian foreign minister that the sailors' safety and well-being was assured and that they would be allowed to continue their journey, quote, promptly. It is early in the morning there, so it's probably unlikely they'll be released in the next few hours. There are no further details about the timing of their release, if it happens. There was a similar apprehension in 2007 when Iran captured 15 Royal Navy sailors near Iraq and held them for 13 days. But the timing of today's incident is highly suspect, just hours before the president is set to deliver the State of the Union address, and days after Iranian missile batteries fired rockets 1,500 yards in front of the aircraft carrier USS Harry S. Truman as it transited the Strait of Hormuz. And just days before, sanctions are set to be lifted on Iran if it meets the terms of last summer's nuclear deal. On that point, there are some new doubts. An Iranian official is denying reports that it has dismantled the country's nearly finished heavy water reactor and filled it with concrete, as it is required to do under the deal. Now, evidence of the urgency of this new crisis in the Gulf, the Senate Armed Services Committee is demanding a briefing by the administration in advance of tonight's State of the Union address. A White House official said just moments ago that the president has no plans to address the issue in tonight's speech, but something is not adding up here. We're not hearing the entire official line.
One is they kept our Americans from the embassy, from the takeover of the embassy in November of '79 for over 400 days. And the second is, what were we doing sort of drifting in that area and running aground? And what's going on with our ships not working?
Both ships lose radio contact?
That's right, they lost contact.
Both of them?
That's odd.
Something sounds funny.
Something is not yet right. Anyway, Doug, thank you. And this disturbing news sparking a debate about how the United States should respond to Iran. California Representative Congressman Duncan Hunter goes on the record. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
What's your explanation for all this?
Well, it's amazing that this is even an issue, that they're messing with the United States. That's the number one thing. When we're about to release the sanctions that would give them $100 billion, this is how they repay us, basically. I mean, this is what happens when you have an administration that has no foreign policy whatsoever. We are a paper tiger in the Middle East right now. Well, that's a sad state of affairs for the United States.
All right, well, if they're going to release their 10 sailors, do you think they could throw in journalist Razian, Marine Hekmati, Pastor Abedini, and tell us where FBI agent Bob Levinson is? I mean, if they're going to throw in these 10 sailors, they're going to release them. And what are they waiting for so long? It doesn't take long to release 10 sailors.
It probably takes a long time to seal all of the technology off those two ships, though. Hack all of our communications equipment on those ships, get all of the sailors, NVGs, all their technology and all of their equipment. That takes a few hours, and that's probably what the Iranians are doing right now.
Well, that brings to another topic, which is a little off topic, is that Cuba has got a Hellfire missile that they just got that they can dismantle. I mean, like we're doing a lot of exchange of technology that we're not getting anything for.
Pure belligerence from the Iranians, and we should never be in this position. I mean, could you imagine under a different president, President Bush, President Reagan, the Iranians doing this? No, because there'd be hell to pay. And in this case, there's going to be no repercussions whatsoever. In fact, there's going to be positive repercussions for the Iranians. The president is going to reward the Iranians by lifting sanctions and allowing them to have a nuclear weapon. I mean, and even if the sailors are there spying on the Iranians, so what? They are a terrorist regime, right? So why not spy on them? I'm pretty sure the American people want to know what the Iranians are up to. The Israelis want to know what the Iranians are up to, too.
Should the president talk about this tonight at the State of the Union? He's talking to America, he's talking to Congress.
Yeah, and he's going to talk about the future of America, right? So the future of America needs to make sure, we need to make sure that we don't have terrorist attacks in the future and that the Iranians don't get a nuclear weapon. Yeah, that's something that's pretty important. How are we going to defeat ISIS? That's pretty important too.
All right. Why is Iran still holding our Marine, Hekmati, our journalist, Razion, our pastor, Abedini, and also not doing Bob Levinson. I mean, why have we let this go on this long?
Because this part of the world works on power. If you have power, then people will respect you and they will listen to you. And right now, the U.S. does not hold sway in that part of the world because they know that President Obama backs off of his red lines. There are no red lines. The red line keeps going backwards and backwards, and he will not confront them. You have to confront people like this. You got to punch them in the face and say, we're the United States. You're not going to take our American journalist prisoner. You're not going to arrest sailors in the Persian Gulf, or we're going to smack you in the face.
1 to 10 scale, 10 being the worst. What is this?
In scale of what the Iranians have done?
Yeah.
This is small compared to a nuclear weapon, but it's definite provocation. So I'd say a 3 or a 4. Nuclear weapons, 10.
All right. Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thank you.